Good morning, Dr. Becca here. It is June 30th, so it's almost July. And July is one of the months where we do a self-care challenge here at Del Mar Center for Behavioral Health. And you might be thinking, well, why do it in July? It's the summer. Well, we serve a variety of different military connected families, and June tends to be a large PCS month or a time where a lot of families are moving. That can be really stressful. It can be stressful for the families, and it also creates a lot of transition for the kids. And same for staff, right? It's hard for us to see families move on. We're happy for them, and it's also hard for those transitions or change, especially the ones that are outside of our control, right? June is also difficult for folks who are in school, be it families with school age kids or adults in college, because it's the end of your regular school routine, and then it moves into a summer routine, which is a different routine and maybe has less structure. So sometimes we see an increase in mental health symptoms or maladaptive behaviors. And while I'm talking about for little people, I'm also talking about for us as big people too, because we're holding more space for those little people who are having big feelings, and that can create bigger feelings for us. So, we know that June is hard. We have the data of that over the last 10 years or so. Having that data, we then say, well, gosh, we need to follow June with something great, or some additional focus on health and wellness and care for everyone in July. So we do one of our self-care challenges just like we do in February. We have a calendar that I will link under here. We welcome you to join us, where each day there's an activity that's aimed at taking care of you intentionally, to move you towards health and wellness. And self-care isn't just massages and chocolate, right? That's kind of consumer self-care. Self-care is any activity, like I said, that you do intentionally to take care of you. And our health and wellness is across so many domains, from our physical health, mental health, social health, financial health, environmental health, spiritual health and wellness. There's so many different areas where we can be more or less well or balanced. And so there are different areas included across the month. Um, Self care also isn't the only way to be well. And one of the challenges is that I hear so many people say, well, just practice self care, you'll feel better. Well, kind of, right? Self care puts all the responsibility on the individual, and that's really not fair or accurate. There has to be community care. And community care is when organizations or systems have systems of care set up to care for the members of that organization or system. And so this self-care challenge or self-care event is an example of community care, because we put it together. It's a whole thing that we do for the staff here at Del Mar, and hopefully you choose to participate. One of the ways that we encourage folks to participate here at Del Mar is we have a values-based bonus card for team members, and one of our values is wellness. And so each time they complete one of the self-care tasks or activities, they tell someone that they did it. They don't have to share the details, just, hey, I did this. And then they get a little slip of paper. And then we do drawings throughout the month for extra awesomeness. So the more you take care of yourself, the more opportunities you have to win some prizes and contact additional reinforcement from the organization. So again, self-care is wonderful, but alone is insufficient. We must have community care. Community care is when a larger system has processes or events or stuff in place to take care of the people in that system. So self-care is important, but it alone is not enough. We need community care. So events like this, um, as an employer, it's also about paid time off, adequate wages, clean, safe, healthy work environment, an employee assistance program, right? All of those other things. So um, we are coming up on July. We have our self care calendar ready. I will link it so that you can participate if you choose to. And I hope you do. You are important. And so often we focus on serving others, whether we're in the helping field or parenting, we're just humans humaning around other people. And so it's important to remember that you, as much as anyone else, deserves the care and compassion that you give to others. I hope to hear how it goes in July.